Hey, what's going on, everybody? Hope you guys are doing great. Happy Friday. We got 15 matchups on this MLB slate today, so be sure to like and subscribe. Check out all my links in the description below. And if you guys like betting on MLB player props, you already know, go ahead and sign up with Parlay Play. Get some free entries just for signing up. So you already know, go ahead and hop in there. Get some nice player prop wins. And yeah, we'll hop in it. Yesterday was probably as bad as it gets, honestly. Pretty much nothing went right, and that's just how it goes. So let's hope for a better day today. 15 matchups, starting with the Arizona Diamondbacks versus the New York Mets. Mets opening up as home favorites at minus 220. Arizona plus 200 with the over-under at 8.5. Pitching for Arizona is Zach Davies with an ERA of 3.60. He lost his last matchup. Pitched 5 innings, gave up 2 runs, had 2 strikeouts. Pitching for the Mets is Chris Bassett with an ERA of 0.00. Won his last matchup. Pitched 6 innings, gave up no runs, and had 8 strikeouts. Arizona coming off a Houston win. They're 1-4 in their last 5. Mets on a 2-game winning streak. Looked pretty good in that Philly series. Arizona 0-10 on the road against the Mets. Yeah, gonna be tough. Chris Bassett looked really good in his last start for the Mets. And yeah, rolling with New York at home. Next matchup, we have the Minnesota Twins versus the Boston Red Sox. Red Sox opening up as home favorites at minus 125. Minnesota plus 105 with the over-under at 10. Pitching for the Twins is Joe Ryan with an ERA of 4.50. He lost his last matchup, pitched 4 innings, gave up 2 runs, and had 4 strikeouts. Pitching for the Red Sox is Nick Pivetta with an ERA of 6.35. He lost his last start, pitched 5 innings, gave up 4 runs, and had 4 strikeouts. Minnesota coming into this on a 2-game losing streak. They're 2-4 in their last 6 to start the season. Boston on a 2-game winning streak. Looked pretty good in that Detroit series. They're 3-1 in their last 4. Boston 10-5 at home against Minnesota. Yeah, not enough plus money for me to really roll with the Twins here. Twins haven't looked that good to start the season here. I know Nick Pivetta had a rough start on the mound last time, but I'm going to roll with the Red Sox at home. Next matchup, we have the Washington Nationals versus the Pittsburgh Pirates. Both teams in a pick'em scenario at minus 110 with the over-under at 9.5. Pitching for the Nationals is Eric Fed with an ERA of 3.60. He won his last matchup, pitched 5 innings, gave up 2 runs, had 5 strikeouts. Pitching for the Pirates is Mitch Keller with an ERA of 9.00. He lost his last matchup, pitched 4 innings, gave up 4 runs, and had 4 strikeouts. Washington, coming off that Pittsburgh loss 9-4 in the last meeting. Pittsburgh on a 2-game winning streak, 3-1 in their last 4. A series I'm definitely not in love with, honestly. Washington, hasn't looked all that great in the last couple games here. Two of their last losses, they've given up a lot of runs. Pitt on a 2-game winning streak here. Why not? Minus 110. Roll with the Pirates money line at home. Next matchup, we have the Philadelphia Phillies versus the Miami Marlins. Miami opening up as home favorites at minus 120. Philly plus 100 with the over-under at 7.5. Pitching for the Phillies is Zach Eflin. Pitched 4 innings in his last start. Had 0 runs and 3 strikeouts. Pitching for the Marlins is Pablo Lopez with an ERA of 1.80. He did win his last matchup, pitched 5 innings, gave up 1 run and had 6 strikeouts. Philly coming into this on a 3-game losing streak, losing to Miami yesterday. Miami 1-3 in their last 4. Philly just 1-7 on the road, where they've kind of struggled here. Zach Eflin looked pretty good in his last start. I like Phillies off a bounce back. Losing 4-3 yesterday, they could have easily won that game. I'm going to take Phillies plus 1.5 on the road. Next matchup, we have the New York Yankees versus the Baltimore Orioles. Yankees opening up as road favorites at minus 200. Baltimore plus 180 with the over-under at 9.5. Pitching for the Yankees is Jordan Montgomery with an ERA of 8.10. He lost his last matchup, pitched 3 innings, gave up 3 runs, and had 4 strikeouts. Pitching for the Orioles is Jordan Lyles with an ERA of 9.00. Lost his last matchup, pitched 5 innings, gave up 5 runs, and had 2 strikeouts. Yankees coming off a nice Toronto win. That series was crazy to bet on. It didn't make any sense. They won 3-0 the match before. They lost 4-6. Then they won 4-0. Then they lost 3-0. It was just a weird series against Toronto. Baltimore on a 2-game losing streak, coming off 2 losses against Milwaukee. Yankees 5-2 on the road, where they've been good. Baltimore. They only have one win so far this season. They haven't looked that good here. Both pitchers haven't been that amazing. I trust the Yankees more on the road in this matchup. Next matchup, we have the Oakland Athletics versus the Toronto Blue Jays. Toronto opening up as home favorites at minus 200. Oakland plus 170 with the over-under at 9.5. Pitching for Oakland is Dalton Jeffries with an ERA of 0.00. He did win his last matchup, pitched 5 innings, gave up no runs, and had 2 strikeouts. Pitching for the Blue Jays is Ross Stripling with an ERA of 9.00. Won his last matchup, pitched 2 innings, gave up no runs, and had no strikeouts. Oakland on a 2-game winning streak. They look good in that Tampa series. They dominated that Tampa Bay series. They're 4-1 in their last 5. Toronto coming off a 3-0 loss against the Yankees. However, Oakland 0-6 on the road against Toronto, 0-5 against Toronto. Toronto 5-1 at home, where they've been playing really good baseball here. I'm taking the Blue Jays at home. I know Oakland's been playing good. They looked good in that Tampa Bay series, but they've struggled against Toronto. And I like Toronto to bounce back coming off that 3-0 loss against the Yankees. Next matchup, we have the San Francisco Giants versus the Cleveland Guardians. Giants opening up as road favorites at minus 150. Cleveland plus 130 with the over-under at 8.5. Pitching for the Giants is Carlos Rodon with an ERA of 1.80. He lost his last matchup, pitched 5 innings, gave up 1 run, and had 12 strikeouts. Pitching for the Guardians is Zach Plesac with an ERA of 0.00. Pitched 5 innings in his last matchup, gave up no runs, and had 3 strikeouts. Giants on a 2-game winning streak right now. Guardians on a 4-game winning streak here. Looked really good against Cincinnati and Kansas City. Giants coming off a pretty successful Padres series. Giants 8-1 against Cleveland, 12-2 on the road, where they've been really good. I like the Giants on the road. I do like Rodon on the mound for San Fran. But, for plus money, plus 130, I don't hate the Guardians on a 4-game winning streak. If you want to roll with the Guardians, I wouldn't hate that. They do have pretty big upset potential today on a nice little streak. But I'm going to lean with the Giants on the road. Next matchup, we have the Tampa Bay Rays versus the Chicago White Sox. Pitching for the White Sox is So White Sox opening up as home favorites at -140. Tampa Bay +120 with the over-under at 8.5. Pitching for the White Sox is Dylan Cease with an ERA of 1.80. He won his last matchup, pitched 5 innings, gave up 1 run, and had 8 strikeouts. Pitching for the Rays is Drew Rasmussen. Won his last matchup, pitched 4 innings, gave up 2 runs, and had 3 strikeouts. At Tampa, 1-3 in their last 4. They got dominated by Oakland. They looked absolutely horrible. White Sox coming off that Seattle loss, but they are 4-1 in their last 5. They are playing pretty good. Tampa 6-3 on the road against the White Sox. White Sox 7-3 at home. Look, not in love with it. Tampa Bay coming off a horrible Oakland series, but that's the beauty about baseball. They could play horrible for a couple of games and then they can start a good streak. I like Tampa Bay plus money. I think this is the right time to take Tampa. Taking them as the favorites all last series against Oakland was the wrong move, and they killed everybody. Now taking them as the underdog here, I think it's a good spot for Tampa Bay. And if Tampa Bay does end up losing again, they were underdogs, so you can't be as upset. Give me Tampa Bay plus 1.5 on the road. Only so many more times I'm going to roll with Tampa Bay before I officially put them in the doghouse. If they can't get some wins in this Chicago series, I think they're definitely banned from being picked for the next while. So we'll take Tampa Bay plus 1.5 on the road. Next matchup, we have the Los Angeles Angels versus the Texas Rangers. Angels opening up as home favorite or road favorites at -120. Texas actually both teams are -120 here, so it looks like it's a pick'em scenario with the over/under at 10. Pitching for the Angels is Reed Detmers with an ERA of 4.50. He lost his last matchup, pitched 4 innings, gave up 2 runs, and had 3 strikeouts. Pitching for the Rangers is Matt Bush with an ERA of 0. It looks like he's getting his first start here. Rangers coming off a 10-5 win against LA. They looked really good yesterday against the Angels here. Angels, they've struggled against Texas. 1-5 against Texas here. I just don't trust Matt Bush. Honestly, we don't know what he's gonna look like. I like Angels off a bounce back loss here. I'm going to take Angels on the road. Next matchup, we have the Detroit Tigers versus the Kansas City Royals. The Royals opening up as home favorites at -130. Detroit plus 110 with the over/under at 8.5. Pitching for the Tigers is Tariq Skubal with an ERA of 9.00. He lost his last matchup, pitched 4 innings, gave up 4 runs, and had 3 strikeouts. Pitching for the Royals is Brad Keller with an ERA of 0.00. He won his last matchup, pitched 6 innings, gave up no runs, and had 5 strikeouts. Detroit coming off they did beat Kansas City 4-2 yesterday. Kansas City on a 4-game losing streak here. I like Kansas City off a bounce back. Brad Keller looked really good in his debut. Skubal didn't look so hot, gave up a lot of runs. I like Kansas City at home here. Next matchup, we have the St. Louis Cardinals versus the Milwaukee Brewers. Brewers opening up as home favorites at -150. St. Louis plus 140 with the over/under at 8.5. Pitching for the Cardinals is Miles Mikolas with an ERA of 4.91. He won his last matchup, pitched 3 innings, gave up 2 runs, and had 1 strikeout. Pitching for the Brewers is Freddie Peralta with an ERA of 6.75. He won his last matchup, pitched 4 innings, gave up 3 runs, and had 6 strikeouts. St. Louis coming off that 5-1 loss against Milwaukee. Just couldn't really hit yesterday. Milwaukee coming into this on a 3-game winning streak here. Starting to pick things up. St. Louis 11-2 on the road where they've been good. I'm going to take St. Louis plus 1.5 again today. I think they have a better day. Freddie Peralta didn't look that good in his debut here. I'm going to give Cardinals one more shot here. Plus 1.5 on the road. Next matchup, we have the Chicago Cubs versus the Colorado Rockies. Rockies opening up as home favorites at minus 120. Cubs plus 100 with the over-under at 10. Pitching for the Cubs is Marcus Stroman with an ERA of 1.80. He lost his last matchup, pitched 5 innings, gave up 1 run and had 3 strikeouts. Pitching for the Rockies is Yerman Marquez with an ERA of 1.29. He did win his last matchup, pitched 7 innings, gave up 1 run and had 5 strikeouts. Chicago did beat Colorado yesterday 5-2. Looked pretty good in that game. They're 4-2 against Colorado. The under's hitting Colorado's 4 out of their last 6 games. You know, that's a high over-under at 10 when the over-under only hit 7 yesterday. So the under 10 seems kind of intriguing. Yeah, I like the Cubs. Plus 1.5 on the road. Looked good yesterday. Both pitchers look good in their debuts. Could be a low scorer here. Give me Cubs plus 1.5 on the road. Next matchup, we have the Atlanta Braves versus the San Diego Padres. Padres opening up as home favorites at minus 120. The Braves plus 100 with the over-under at 8.5. Pitching for the Braves is Kyle Wright with an ERA of 0.00. Pitched 6 innings in his last matchup, gave up no runs and had 6 strikeouts. And then pitching for the Padres is Mackenzie Gore, making his first start here. We'll see how well he pitches. Yeah, Atlanta coming off a 12-1 loss against the Padres. Padres, they just had a great day yesterday hitting. That's how baseball goes. Teams just, once they get an early lead, man, it's hard to come back. Atlanta, they are 6-1 on the road against San Diego. Braves, I'm rolling with the Braves here. You know, they got slaughtered yesterday. San Diego starting a new pitcher. Kyle Wright looked really good in his debut here. I think Atlanta turns it around today. Give me Atlanta plus 1.5 on the road. Next matchup, we have the Houston Astros versus the Seattle Mariners. Houston opening up as road favorites at minus 123. Seattle plus 113 with the over-under at 8.5. Pitching for the Astros is Jake Odorizzi with an ERA of 4.50. He did win his last matchup, pitched 4 innings, gave up 2 runs and had 2 strikeouts. Pitching for Seattle is Marco Gonzalez with an ERA of 9.00. He lost his last matchup, pitched 2 innings, gave up 2 runs and had 1 strikeout. Houston coming off that 3-2 loss against Arizona. Seattle coming off a Chicago win, but Seattle just 1-4 in their last 5. They've kind of struggled here. Houston 6-1 against the American League. I'm liking Houston on the road here. I do like Jake Odorizzi on the mound. Rolling with the Astros on the road. And then the last matchup, we have the Cincinnati Reds versus the Los Angeles Dodgers. Dodgers opening up as home favorites at minus 250. Cincinnati plus 200 with the over-under at 9.5. Pitching for the Reds is Vladimir Gutierrez with an ERA of 4.15. He did lose his last matchup, pitched 4 innings, gave up 2 runs and had 4 strikeouts. Pitching for the Dodgers is Tony Gonsolin. Lost his last matchup, pitched 3 innings, gave up 1 run and had 3 strikeouts. Yeah, Dodgers beat up on Cincinnati yesterday 9-3. Cincy on a 3-game losing streak. Dodgers on a 3-game winning streak here. Cincinnati 4-11 on the road. Dodgers 7-0 against the National League Central Division. Yeah, I'm taking the Dodgers at home. Looked great yesterday. Going to be at home here. Tony Gonsolin looked pretty solid in his debut. Rolling with the Dodgers at home. And that's going to be it for the video. Good luck with your picks and parlays on Friday. Hopefully we can have a better day here. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video. Have a good one.